Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I promised you MT5 traders, actually, whoever's watching the video, that I would give you a smart range or do a smart range video about the rat zone, showing how to use the smart ranges indicator for the rat zone. Now remember, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky and you can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. Disclaimers out of the way. Okay, what I've done, I've gone in and I've done some work on the TRO, test lines indicator, and I also created the template name indicator. So see here, the template name I like to put in the upper right hand corner. So this is the rat zone GPS. Now you might wonder, you might say, hey, that kind of looks like the other GPS. And for the most part, you'd be right, but sometimes there's just some minor modifications. So what I did was in the test lines indicator, which at some point in time is going to get renamed the TRO HL5, but until I get it to a place where I'm happy with it, it's just going to be test lines. You can see here we've got the showing the labels now with the price distance from those lines. We've got open, high, low, close, mid, the top and bottom. So that's for the wick zone. We've got the pivot now also, and the high-low offset. That's for the rat zone. So remember, you turn this to true and the offset defaults to 20. And the open offset, that's for the buy zone, and you can put that at 10. So we've got the rat zone. And as you can see, price put in a high here. We've got a daily range right here, 61 pips. So that's enough for a red rat or a green rat to start feasting. So what happened? Price put in that high from the low. We got our 61 pips. And we're looking at the H1 chart right now. You can see here price reversed out of the rat zone and then continued out of the rat zone. So you actually had a chance to make some nice pips. Let's see. We could have probably made, let's see, let's just take it from here to here. That's like about 28, 29 pips. If you took it just from the edge of the zone, that was 20 pips. So right there, red rats had a chance. And if you come down here, so we know that the high minus low range was enough. So then you look at the high minus close. Well, when it's at the top, this is at 0%. Okay? So right now it's at 18. What this means is that out of the last 100 days of high minus close ranges, the high minus the current price, close, only 18 of them were less than 24. So that's how you use this indicator. So when it's up here, you can go, well, wait, only one out of 100 was less than this, or none out of 100 as it's pushing to the high. It's like, wait a minute. Once I get a signal in that rat zone, I can make a red rat reversal. So right now we're on the H1 time frame, but we can go down to the M5 time frame. And there's something about MT5 that's driving me nuts. I don't know if any of you guys are programmer, but I'm going to flip over it because I'm trying to work on the scale. But you see here, period M1 returns a 1, period M2 returns a 5, period M15 a 15, period M30 a 30. But when you get to H1, it should return a 60. It's returning 63 or 16,385. I have no idea why. It's driving me nuts.
But maybe what I'll do is, since I know what this default is, I'll just figure out what the difference is, and somehow I'll get 60. But it's just driving me nuts because you see here, as I change the chart, my spacing's all wrong. So I have to move it out, and then I get a tick and it should go back. But it's just been driving me absolutely bonkers trying to figure this thing out. Anyway, so you can see here what happened on the M5. So rat reversal, it puts in a new high. Well, let's take it right here. It would have put in a new high, rat reversal. If you would have triggered right here, right there, there was just maybe a couple of pips. But what you usually want to do is, when it's making those new highs, is just wait for the H1 candle color to close. Or at least when you're seeing this and price is moving, has been moving up, and you're thinking about trading, what I like to tell people to do is just go up a time frame. So if you go up a time frame, chances are you were right here. Well, did it break that? No. So then you wait. Oh, okay. So now it put in here. Do you take that trade? Well, what you could do is, once again, you just go up a time frame and you wait. And so you say, okay, so I waited, it went up, and now I got that reversal. So that's just one of the tricks. If you're trigger happy, but you haven't been successful, and what I mean by trigger happy is you're down on M1 or M5 because you're just chomping at the bit to get in a trade. Before you take that trade, just move up a time frame and see if the signal's the same. If it's not, then maybe, just maybe, you ought to wait. Because, even if you miss the trade, chances are another one's going to come along. So there's no reason to sweat it, or no reason to get stressed out over missing a trade like that. There really isn't. And so, as far as the green rats, once again, close minus low right now is 35, so you get the 34 percentile. But you usually want this number to be 20 or less. At least I want that number to be 20 or less before I enter a trade. And the other thing about the reversals are, when the daily range is kind of low, right here, we're only 6%. At the 6th percentile, that means only 6 out of the last 100 days were at 61 or below. You got to be careful when you're up here when it's been making new highs, because now this could be it for the day. I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball that works that well. Even my statistics can't tell me that. It just says, statistically, if I was going to place a bet, I would say, you know what? It's either going to make a higher high or a higher low before the day is out. That's what my statistics are telling me. It's just that simple. But as far as anything else, I mean, anything can happen. You have to know that. And then, so we also are looking at the high minus the open. Right now we're at 54 pips, 49% have been below that. Open minus low is only 7 pips, 7%. So, but this is telling me, once again, it's probably going to range. This price is probably going to range. Those numbers are low. It's when they get up in the 80s. That's when, or down to the 20s, that's when you look for things to happen. So for in the rat zone, you see when it's down in the 20, chances are it's going to pop up. So for the last, even today, well, today doesn't count because that range wasn't, but for there was a close minus low, 83. So if you got in late at the 20, there were 63 pips. Here, close minus low, 95, that's 75 pips. Here, close minus low was only 28, but still, you could have gotten 8 pips out of that trade by the end of the day. And here at 71, that's 51 pips. And on the other side, on the top side, once again, there was already an opportunity here to take. I just showed you, what was it, 20, 29 pips or something? Previous day, 65, that would have given you 45. Here, 17, here 22, here 7. All you have to do is trust the statistics when they come up. You know, don't be trigger happy. Just like I say, move up a time frame and just wait and see what happens. Because chances are, when you look back, when you put this chart back to 1 hour, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see, if you had just waited, that there was an opportunity to make pips. Now you say, yeah, but I gave back all those pips. Who cares? I don't care. I want to take the high. I want the stats in my favor. Okay, because as this is pushing up, it's going to be sitting. It's going to be saying 0, 0. But every time it keeps pushing up, it's 0. You could be losing pips. So you just wait, give it a chance, and then you take the trade. So remember, the rat zone is just all about getting an entry in the red rat zone or the green rat zone. Okay, this is the last. This is right here. This is the last time to get on the ship, get on that boat, catch that train, catch that bus when price is going up and it hits that line. And ditto for the southbound bus or train right here. This is the last point to get in on that rat zone. Now, once again, that's just a regular rat. But if you use this indicator here, when these numbers are less than 20, that's when you can start looking for those reversals. And the smart rat usually on the upside, actually is usually 20 or less, but you can see here it says 19. But because of the way the pound has been moving lately, the stats have been kind of skewed slightly. So the red rat has a much bigger zone. The smart red rat has a bigger zone than the smart green rat, based on these numbers here being 20% or less. And for the MT5 traders, like I said, I did these indicators for my friend Airball, and I'm going to make them available, donation only. I'm not putting out tons of indicators like I do for MT4. I'm not loving MT5 at all, but I'm going to do the best work I can to get, certain things squared away. But this is, like I said, pretty much for my buddy Airball. But this smart range indicator, and once again, there's the templates. It's loaded up 6 times. There's so much you can do with it, these gauges, that it almost negates the need for any other indicators. One of the things I will probably do is have in this indicator, when you put the clothesline on, is actually I might have to write a separate indicator to the smart rat indicator, so the clothesline will show where it is currently. So instead of looking at the gauge, it'll be right here on the line. But that'll probably be a week or 2 or more down the road. I've got other things more important, but because you already have the information here. And if you don't really care about the history, it's real simple to change. You can just come down here and just say you just want 1 bar, and then you just have the current. It frees up a lot of screen space too. So that is an option for traders. So you don't have to have the history on there. So I hope that helps with you MT5 traders. And let me know if you have any questions. And if anybody can answer this question, I would really appreciate it, because it's driving me bonkers. So, fellow traders, just remember, though, it's not about the indicators. It's because it's not what you trade. It's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And remember to click subscribe, click the bell to be alerted, and then go down and share the video and like the video. Thank you.